Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, or Adam Bricks, and in today's video I will be ranking all LEGO Star Wars Revenge of the Sith sets in anticipation for the new Ahsoka show coming out. For this ranking, I will not be including any UCS or mini sets, and before we get into the ranking, just remember that this is my opinion and it's okay if you have a different one. Just feel free to comment down below how you'd rank these sets. Also, I will be skimming through most of this list as I don't want it to become a very long video, and besides, I don't actually really hate any of the Revenge of the Sith sets. I actually like most of them, so I won't really have to damper on any of these guys. So with that being said, let's get right into the ranking. Coming in last place, and what I think is the worst set from the Revenge of the Sith line, I have set number 75014, Vulture Droid. And I don't really think this set has a bad design or anything, it's just that all of the sets above it are pretty much better. I was just never a fan of the Vulture droids. I think they're a bit boring, and the minifigures in the set are really lacking, so that's why I have it in this position. Next up, I've chosen set number 7521, Darth Vader's transformation. And now I think the medical droid build is a little bit clunky, and the build is just a bit lacking with limited playability. However, the minifigure selection is nice, though. You get the pre-transformation Darth Vader and the post-transformation Darth Vader. It's just a bit of a lacking set, and the ones above it are definitely a bit better. Moving on, I have put set number 75269, Duel on Mustafar, and I just think everyone expected a little bit more with this set. It was their first time remaking the epic battle, and it did not deliver in my opinion. It's a very small set and not a whole lot going on. It does come with Obi-Wan and Anakin, which are nice minifigures, but again, this set is very lacking in playability and features that we would have expected from a set of this caliber. Up next, I've chosen set number 7525, Droid Tri-Fighter, and this was one of my first LEGO sets, so I actually have a lot of sentimental value with it, but to be honest, it has no minifigures, very little playability features, and it's just a very bland and decent build. That's why I've chosen it for this spot. For my next pick, I've gone with set number 7656, General Grievous Starfighter, and this set had some odd coloring and large pieces to kind of make up for the build. It also has the very odd looking General Grievous, which is quite ghastly. Now, I did cover that in my top 10 ugliest LEGO Star Wars minifigures, so I'll put the link down below and make sure to check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, just a very bland set, very blocky, very, just very ugly. The next set I've chosen is set number 75044, Droid Tri-Fighter. It had a pretty cool Palpatine minifigure. It was a bit random to put in this set, but overall it's a nice update to the original model. It's a very solid set. It's got some decent minifigures, but again, I'm just not really a big fan of the Tri-Fighters, so that's why I put it in this position. Next, and to the dismay of some Star Wars fans, I have set number 7257, Ultimate Lightsaber Duel, with the two light-up minifigs being Anakin and Obi-Wan, which was cool. However, this set is very ugly in my opinion, and it didn't work very well. I mean, the actual function of getting Obi-Wan and Anakin to fight each other, it was really clunky, and it often fell off. It just didn't work very well, and I just think this set's just a little bit overrated, and that's why I've chosen it for this spot. Next up is the 6205 V-Wing from 2005, and I think I had like 5 of these growing up. It had a really nice pilot clone and a very solid build as well. It's very sleek, very clean, very easy. It's a very decent set. It's definitely worth adding to your collection. It's nothing special, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just a decent set. My next pick is set number 7255, the General Grievous Chase, and I actually really love the speeder build for this. The creature that Obi-Wan is riding is also a pretty cool mold. I know it looks a little funky, but I actually really like it. I wanted this set really bad when I was a kid, and it's actually one of the few I don't have from 2005, and I'm definitely looking for one, so if anybody has one for a cheap price, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it's coming in the next spot. Coming up next is set number 75037, Battle on Seleucami, and this set is pretty cool with the speeder bike being a really nice build, and the clone included is great. Now the foliage is a bit strange as well. It's just a bit of an odd feature. I get what they're going for, but yeah, overall pretty decent build nonetheless. Set number 75214, Anakin Starfighter, is my next choice. Great minifigure, weird looking design, a very strange set, but decent in my opinion, and that's why I picked it for the spot. Short and sweet here, guys. Moving on, I've chosen set number 75286, General Grievous' Starfighter. Now, I like the build for this one, despite what some people think. I know it's a bit of an underrated set. The General Grievous figure is nice. It's a nice updated model from the 2005 one. And I do like the inclusion of the Utapau clone as well. It's a very solid set, and that's why I have it in this position. Up next is set number 8096, and I do like the build, but it's a bit blocky on the wings for this set. However, I think the figs in the cockpit area really make up for this design on Palpatine's shuttle. I do like this ship. It's actually one of my favorites in the whole Star Wars universe, but I think this set's just a little too blocky, and it really kind of lets me down for that. Next up is set number 7250, Clone Scout Walker. Kind of like the V-Wing, I had quite a few of these in 2005. I do love the Recon clone with the little red insignia there. And I think for 2005, this is actually a really solid design, and I think it's actually one of the better ones. However, there is better Scout Walkers coming up. My next choice is set number 7258, the Wookiee Attack, and I think this set is definitely slept on. The Wookiee ship is a bit weird looking, I do understand that, and the colors for the droid ship are definitely off, but I think this is a great play set for 2005. I loved it as a kid. This was one of my favorite sets to get, and I think this set's just a little slept on. It's pretty decent. I understand the complaints with the coloring and the odd builds, but overall pretty solid set. The next set I've chosen is set number 75042, Droid Gunship, and it is actually a really accurate design. I know it is actually the lowest Droid Gunship on the list, because there's better ones coming up, obviously. However, it's a really menacing ship, especially if you're looking at it from the front. It kind of just looks like a droid. I guess that's kind of the point. It does have some great minifigures with the Clone Scout and the Wookiee. It's just a great set overall, and that's why it gets this spot. Next set is the 75040, General Grievous Wheel Bike, and this set is really nice. It has two great minifigures, being Obi-Wan and the updated General Grievous. Great play set, very intricate design for such a small build, and I think it's a great build and a great set to have in your collection. 75043 AT-AP Walker is the next set I've chosen, and I think it's actually the worst AT-AP design. Now, that's not to say it's a bad set by any means. I actually really do like this set, but just compared to the other ones coming up on the list, I think it's the worst one. But I think the set itself is actually pretty good. It's got some good minifigures to complement the build. The mossy green coloring on the build is also a really nice touch to kind of show that kind of Kashyyyk foliage, I guess you would say. And it's just overall a pretty good set. My next choice is set number 75036, Utapau Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This set is everything you want in a battle pack, and I just think the Utapau Troopers look amazing with those sweet orange colors. The droid build is also decent as well. I know it gets a little bit of flack, but I think it's overall a pretty solid build and a really good battle pack. Next up is set number 9494, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. I really like the green Starfighter they included in the set. It's really nice, very clean, very sleek. They also include the platforms that Obi-Wan and Anakin fought on, and I think they look really accurate, actually, probably the best ones they've created. Now, you also get a new gunray fig, nobody really cares about that, and a droid, which is a really nice touch as well. Set number 75035, Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack is up next, and do I really even need to say much here? The Swamp Speeder is super compact and displays the ship accurately despite the size, and the clones are also great too. I mean, you can't go wrong with Kashyyyk Troopers. They look really accurate to the movies, and I really like the build. The green is really clean on these guys, and it's just overall a nice battle pack. The next set is set number 75281, Anakin Starfighter once again. This set is very accurate to the movies, and you can never go wrong with an Anakin minifigure. It's really nice, very accurate. It also has an R2-D2 figure, which is nice, and it's just an overall clean set. Next up, I've chosen set number 75142, Homing Spider Droid. Now, this may shock a few people that it's this high up on the list, but I do like this set, and it is very accurate to the movies as well. It's really simple, it's really effective, and it has a nice minifig lineup. Up next is 75135, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, and to be honest, I've always preferred Obi-Wan's red ship to Anakin's yellow ship. There's just something about the maroon coloring on that Jedi Starfighter that I really love, and this build exemplifies it perfectly. It is a really clean and sleek build, kind of like the previous Jedi Starfighter I've mentioned, and it displays the ship really well in my opinion. Moving on, we have set number 75233, Droid Gunship, and I do think that this is the best version of the ship. It comes with two Kashyyyk droids, which were a really nice change to the standard droids we were getting for a long time. You also have a Yoda and a Wookiee Warrior minifigure. I just really enjoy the menacing look of these gunships. It's actually one of my favorite ships from the Droid Alliance, and that's why I picked it for the spot. Into the next spot, I have set number 7671, AT-AP from 2008, and all my old heads will love this one. I think this set looks great for the time. It has two exclusive shock troopers for this set. These troopers are absolutely beautiful. I don't really understand why they didn't have any leg printing. It's just kind of awkward that they had the white pants, but it's fine. The set is great, and it makes up for it. It's just overall a good build, and definitely one you need in your collection. Next up is 75183 Darth Vader's transformation, the updated version and the better version. And what an upgrade to the original this is. It has both versions of Anakin and Palpatine. It has a medical droid as well, and this was one of my favorite scenes in Revenge of the Sith. I think they depicted it really well. As I said, you get the pre-transformation Darth Vader and the post-transformation Darth Vader, and it's just a complete upgrade to the original, and that's why I have it in this spot. Next up is the best ATAP design in my opinion, and set number 75232. This set had a really good minifigure lineup. It had both the Kashyyyk clones and the Kashyyyk droids. I think these guys look absolutely awesome, as I said before. I also think that the design for the ATAP is the most accurate Legos ever produced to this point. It has a great playability feature and is very stable for what looks like a very unstable vehicle in my opinion. The original Wookiee Catamaran is my next choice, and to be honest, I think the build for the Catamaran is actually okay, but the highlight of the set for me is the Swamp Speeder. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I think it was ahead of its time. It looks great. It's actually probably one of the best ones they've ever created. Also, the two Kashyyyk clones are very sought after. They're super expensive now. They probably go north of $80 now on the market. The Luminara and Dolly minifigure, same scenario. It's very expensive now. You also get a Yodi minifigure and a Wookiee. Overall, pretty good set, and that's why I have it in this position. 7256 Jedi Starfighter and Vulture Droid was my first LEGO Star Wars set and holds a very special place in my heart. I absolutely adore this set. I always loved Anakin. He was my favorite character from the Star Wars series. So when I got this set in 2005, of course, as you can imagine, I was very excited. Now, I'm not trying to be biased, but this build is absolutely gorgeous. I love the yellow Starfighter, and I guess the Droid Tri-Fighter is fine. Something special, as I mentioned before, I don't really like them. But yeah, overall pretty decent set, and that's why I have it in this spot. The 75261 Scout Walker Anniversary Edition set was a clean and simple build. The Wookiee defense included was a nice touch as well. It also included some nice minifigures and a 20th anniversary Darth Vader to top it all off. I think this is the best Scout Walker we've gotten so far, and it'll be pretty hard to top it in my opinion. The original ARC 170 Starfighter is my next pick and just missed out on the top 5. This set is actually a complex build in the beginning. If you've actually built this set, the first half of it is quite complex with all the Technic pieces. It also makes the ship function really well, so it is worth it. I do appreciate that. It's very accurate for 2005 and displays the daunting appearance of the ship as well. It comes with the original pilot clones and a Raid Astromech droid to top it all off. Starting off the top 5, I have set number 7661 Jedi Starfighter and Hyperdrive, and for the time, I think the Hyperdrive build was very complex and worked really well with the Starfighter included, which was a blue Starfighter. Absolutely beautiful, by the way. You also get 2 minifigures, being an Obi-Wan minifigure and a special Kit Fisto, which was the first time we got him in LEGO Star Wars, so that was a treat. It was also a really good mold for the first shot, so I think this set is really good. It holds a very special place in my heart. I really love this set, and that's why it's number 5. Number 4 is set number 7261 Clone Turbo Tank, the OG. This thing is a beast. I mean, look at it. It has so much going on with the turret, to the speeder bike, to this droid, all the way over to the Jet Trooper as well. It had 2 different versions, with one coming in 2005 and one in 2006. The main difference is that the 2006 version included a non-light-up Mace Windu, and the 2005 had the light-up Mace Windu. The Turbo Tank build is also pretty cool as well, and it looks decently accurate to the film for 2005. This thing's just a behemoth and a great set. Third place goes to set number 7283 Ultimate Space Battle from 2005, and this set was a Target exclusive as well, I believe, making a very collectible set in modern day. The exclusive Red Jedi Starfighter was great overall. It just came with an awesome minifigure lineup as well, and the play set was just beautiful. It had a lot of playability going into it, 4 different ships. You could recreate the opening scene from Revenge of the Sith, and I just think it's a great set. For the silver medal, I have chosen set number 9526, Palpatine's Arrest, and like the previous pick, this set has a lot of playability to it. It's a very expensive set, by the way. You do get 6 different minifigures, all being well detailed and very accurate. The build for Anakin's ship is also clean and sleek. The build for Palpatine's office is incredible. It's just a great playability set. Now, this set is very sought after as well, and if you want it brand new, you're going to have to pay north of $600 according to Bricklink's last 6 months of sales. My number 1 pick, and in my opinion, the best set from the Revenge of the Sith sets, I've gone with set number 75151, Clone Turbo Tank. And do I really need to say more, guys? This set is absolutely gorgeous and had a great minifigure lineup. The small Scout Walker included is a solid model for the size they went for as well. The Turbo Tank is very accurate to the movies and is the best one they've released at this time. This set is beautiful and has to take my number 1 spot. So that wraps up my ranking for every Revenge of the Sith LEGO Star Wars set. Now, this video took a while to make, so if you guys enjoyed it, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I had a lot of fun making this list, and Revenge of the Sith is definitely my favorite Star Wars film I've seen. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next one.